welcome back to some more Fatal 12. We're talking to Scales, so let's see what else is he gonna talk about.
一瞬一瞬を切り取る写真の究極の形さ。知識と経験と、そして運がなければベストな写真を絶対に撮れない。
Okay, Anne.
本当に好きなんですね。
That's my honest impression based on his facial expression as he talks about it. He's almost like a little kid telling someone about their favorite toy. It's nothing like the impression I got from our search for his information and what Alan shared with me. He's very human, I guess.
カードを持っている君になら、ここからは説明不要かな。スポーツの頂点といえば、俺にとってはオリンピック。自国の選手が金メダルを勝ち取る瞬間を撮影したい。これが今も抱え続ける俺の未練だ。
However, he moved into the entertainment industry after a brief stint at a newspaper. To be blunt, he became a paparazzi. He made sure to detail that too. It turned out that the father of one of his friends, who had been employed at a real estate firm, was a famous actor. However, the paparazzi had evidence of him committing adultery. What's more, it turned out it wasn't a single affair. He had been seeing others for years, and he even had an illegitimate child. Sorry. I'm not too familiar with foreign films and stuff, but even I've heard of that person before.
俳優の息子であることを知られていた A のもとにマスメディアが押し寄せただけでなく、嫌がらせも多かった。隠し子の周囲にいた過激な友人たちが中心となって小さな嫌がらせを積み上げた。隠し子は荒れた連中と付き合いがあるだけでなく、自堕落なやつだった。大手企業に就職し、キャリアを積み上げている A に嫉妬したんだろうよ。同じ血を引いているのに環境が違うだけでどうしてってな。一番の差は環境ではなく努力に決まっているのにさ。嫌がらせといっても軽犯罪行為もある。何より A の精神は着実に蝕まれていったのさ。皮肉なことに A の自殺を機にスキャンダルは収束していった。ここまで聞いてどうして俺がパパラッチになったかと思うだろう。むしろ連中を恨むはずじゃないかって。
Duh.
はい。
俺はね、不倫をした A の父親が一番悪いと思っている。問題の根本はここだ。火のないところに煙は立たない。スキャンダルがなければ写真は撮れない。スキャンダルを撮ればそれだけ有名人は自分の行動を改める機会を得ることができる。俺はパパラッチってのは一種の抑止力だと思っている。だからもっともなかなか受け入れられないだろうけれど、俺は自分が正義の側にいるのだと信じている。
With that, Scales' lengthy monologue ends. I now know a side of him that I never would have learned otherwise. He has his own conviction, his own way of life. I can't say I understand or feel for him, but I can't deny that he's gone through his fair share in life.
美春を指名したのは俺の弱さだ。彼女に対して俺の情報をすぐに集めるんじゃないかという恐怖があった。その恐怖に俺は負けた。俺はあの瞬間、悪に落ちた。だから彼女がすでに俺の情報を集めていて、指名を防いでくれて本当に良かった。その安心が俺を再び正義の側に引き戻してくれた。だから俺は全員で生き残ることを選びたい。だから頼む。信じてくれ。
No. Scale places his arm to the side and bows deeply. He must have done some research on the best way to influence people from Japan. I still say no.
あなたの話は信じます。
Rinka! There's no hesitation in my response. I already know how I feel about him. It was the answer I decided on as soon as he started his story, perhaps since he called me even.
ありがとう。君ならそう言ってくれると思っていた。
でも信じたところで、あなたが人間だってちゃんと認識したところで、私の意思はもう決まっています。
Even I'm surprised at how cold I sound right now. I never knew I had it in me to speak in this tone.
私はあなたを指名する。
I chug what remains of my juice. The tart flavor makes me wince a little. Following that, I asked to bargain the price and then hand over the 1,200 yen. About as pricey as you expect from this kind of place.
あなたがどんな人か知ることができてよかったです。あなたを脱落させても私はあなたのことを決して忘れませんから。
I leave a dumbfounded scale behind after I walk away. Part of my doing that is to avoid him trying to convince me otherwise, as that's the sort of person he is. I knew how I was going to respond, but I'd be lying if I said my conviction didn't waver as I heard him out. I know I'm a big softie. It's in my blood after all. The hustle and bustle of the streets outside is as loud as I expected, and yet I somehow feel like I can hear a scream of pure anguish come from inside the bar. I grit my teeth and make my way back home. I have no right to feel bad about the decision I made, I know that. But I can't help but place a shaking hand over my shaking heart. Alan Scorpion finds himself recalling the visit he received from Scale Jones, who sought to exchange information one day ago. He is alone and in the same warehouse as usual. This gutted, abandoned place has become akin to a home for him. Quite a contrast to what he was used to living in due to a fortune he had built up with his business.
女神の器か。
What he heard from Scale was rather hard to believe. The last remaining participant would become the means to allow Parker to remain in the real world. He was ready to chalk it up as nonsense at first, but he reconsidered once he learned that the claim came from Miharu. He had his doubts about both the idea of divine selection occurring before this and Miharu being its survivor, but after some consideration, he decided to believe it. It wouldn't make sense to believe in the dream world, but deny other abstract concepts surrounding the goddess. Scale had a suggestion to go along with the information he provided too. It involved getting information out of Rinka by proposing the idea that everyone could survive. Alan had thought of this once before himself. It is possible to create a situation where no one can elect another person. Starting with numeral 1, all they would have to do is elect the following numeral, who would then protect themselves until the clock rotation was complete. In the proposed situation, Scale could pretend to have formed an alliance with Alan and Federico, and they would get the required information from her. The information would then be used to elect Rinka, a simple con, really. So basically, what they're trying to do is get Rinka to elect Miharu. Miharu will elect the next person, and then that person and the other ones would elect Rinka. Scale's suggestion on one, Alan might have gone along with it if he had made it sooner, or perhaps he would have gone along with it now had the target not been Rinka. In other words, he turned Scale's proposal. Good. He turned it down. Alan produces the card as he speaks himself. Federico Calamere's regret was what he revealed to Scale in exchange for the information. Alan was able to dissent when he learned that Federico's ring was an old wedding band. However, he also came to learn that Federico had no history of being married. What's more, the ring was made before he was even born. In that case, it had to be his mother's. Upon further research, he discovered that Federico was taken from his mother at a young age. There's no record of her death though. Alan came to the conclusion that his regret involved meeting his mother once more. Lo and behold, he was correct. He shared that information with Scale. However,
奴の目は過去に囚われているものの目ではない。
Alan knows that based on his experience with you, a person's card would change to reflect their new regret. At first, he thought it was only due to you being a child, but even adults are subject to this should cause a significant impact and alter the values they hold. Not only is the concept of regret dedicated by one's own personal perception, but they also serve as a sort of emotion.
構わないさ。消えてもまた集めるだけだ。
Soon after he says this, the card in his hand dissipates into droplets of light.
さて、これで奴は怒るだろうな。
Alan knows that Scale will be furious when the information he gained from their exchange disappears like this. He's likely to figure out that Alan offered it to him, knowing that this would happen too.
もっとも、それどころではないだろう。
Alan has a decent grasp of Scale's current situation. He doesn't have Scale's cards himself, but it's easy to assume that Mihiru does, having survived her election by him. Alan knows for a fact that this applies to Rinka as well. As such, it's likely that Scale will try to target her.
僕の答えは決まっている。
He sounds content with his decision, thinking back to the fire he saw in Rinka's eyes. Time for election! Oh, never mind. It's Saturday. It's still not Sunday yet. I find myself peering down on the city alone. Tokyo's tower famous enough that even I know about it. You can see the entirety of Tokyo from its observatories. Almost 2 months have passed since I came to this country with Odette. Oh, this is Federico now. Assuming everything's goes smoothly, there will be 4 more rounds of divine selections.
ここまでなんだろうな。
It would have been all over for me yesterday if I were the same guy as before. I've done nothing but mull things over since eliminating Odette. I even cut out Scale. I'm generally on my own now. That allowed me to notice something, though. Feelings inside me I hadn't realized were there. It was exciting to know that I finally reached the answer I've been searching for, but with it came a sense of loneliness. It all came to a head last night. My regret card disappeared. In its place arrived a new card with new content.
勝利。
Kinda ironic, really. It's the one thing I always wanted. I've been a loser my entire life. Nothing's changed when I grew up. Nothing changed when I joined, and then tried to leave the Mafia. Sure as hell it didn't change after becoming a participant in Divine Selection. Part of me figured it'll be alright, though. Even if I were a loser, I'd come out on top in the end. I was sure I'd have the last laugh. I had myself chalked up against the protagonist of the world. I realized that was far from the truth thanks to Odette's elimination, though. I never once thought about succeeding or winning. All I've ever done is run away. Well, I was wrong. This entire time deep down, I knew just how pathetic and worthless I was. I've been averting my eyes from the truth until now.
勝つさ。必ず。
I don't have the time to dwell on the past. It doesn't matter if I'm not the main character. I just want to say that I've made it. I knew it. I've been looking up to her this entire time. Federico makes his way from the observatory towards the emergency staircase. He casts his eyes up at the blue sky, inhales deeply, then exhales.
もうあんたとも会うことはないだろう。
He takes out the ring he kept close to him all this time and throws it at the horizon. Federico notices something important. This is the moment when his life can truly begin.
あの男は嘘をついていたのか。
While shuffling through the cards in the position, Scale witnesses Federico's regret card vanishing before his eyes. He obtained that card in exchange for valuable information regarding divine selection. Its experience leaves him more agitated than he was already. His agitation stems from his failure to form an alliance with Rinka. He never once doubted that everything would go according to plan. After all, he had heard about her interactions with and attachments to previous participants. Numero V111 and X came first, but extended to numero 1V and V, the former of which killed her classmate at one point. He had her pinned down as someone whose empathy prevented her from prioritizing herself at others' expense. He even made up the story about his friend's death to take advantage of it. Rinka had lost a friend before and is faced with the reality that another close friend is a participant in divine selection. Thus why Scale thought using a story about his friend would influence her the most. He was convinced she would be easy to manipulate. He knows for a fact that she believed his story. She believed it so much that she felt bad for his supposed loss. And with Rinka on his side, Mihiru would be sure to follow. He knows that Mihiru's regret is Rinka herself. That's why he plotted to drag her in through Rinka. Sorry. The risk of both his own election and his information became private to others would decrease through their alliance. Once that was sorted, he would get in contact with Federico again. He would provide him with Mihiru's information and have him elect her. If everything went according to plan, the next round would see him elect Rinka, Federico elect Mihiru, and Alan elect Federico. Leaving only Alan and himself, Scale knows Alan has the means to gather information on others. Even if Alan has all Scale's card, all Scale would have to do is gather Alan's. He had already prepared himself to deal with whatever Parker had in store for it when elections were no longer possible. That was his plan to survive divine selection.
なぜリンカはあそこまで意志の強い少女だったか。
She made it crystal clear that she would elect him despite her newfound sympathy. Scale remains incredulous. Even so, he isn't one to let others decide his fate. Being at a standstill is his worst fear. A cameraman can afford to give up so fast. He's the living definition of never giving up.
俺は正義の側にいる。なぜなら生きるため以上の理由など存在しないからだ。
The biggest issue right now is his impending election by Rinka. Her desperation when it came to saving her classmate was a sign that she's prone to being reckless for the sake of those close to her. Scale did his homework on those people who would be to her. This includes her sole surviving family member, of course. He's gonna go after Gran. He's gonna go after Grandma. Oh hell no. But remember, whatever happens to Gran, it can be undone. She just has to eliminate him. Saturday after school. We only have classes in the morning today, so the plan is to keep the store open all afternoon. I'll keep it open all tomorrow too. It had been closed pretty often this week, so the least I can do is make sure it's running normal hours during weekends. Jimmy so reduces the risk of Scale trying anything funny too. I doubt he'll take any risk with people in the store, not to mention the fact that the street outside is fairly busy. I told him loud and clear that I had every intention of eliminating him. It's entirely possible he'll let his emotions get the better of him and try to get information out of me through less subtle means.
今日はコーヒーをいただいてもいいですか?
Naomi has come along with me today too. We're taking a break from research today, so I told her to use her Saturday as she would normally, which led to her saying she wants to come over. I figured it'd be fine as long as she doesn't go home too late.
ちょっと待っててね.
That makes Naomi my first customer of the day. Today's coffee is based on the blend, so you can get at a standard coffee shop, but with a little arrangement done by my gran. We call it Gran's Blend. Not sour per se, but very bitter. I make sure to brew it by following the notes she left for me, letting it steep for just the right amount of time before pouring it.
これも美味しいです。よかった。実はさ、おばあちゃんのお気に入りのブレンドコーヒーなんだ。前に電話した時、そろそろこれを入荷してほしいって。あれ、それって。たまたま親戚の家族が実家に帰ってくる日があって、来週のどこかで1日くらいかもしれないけど、戻れるかもしれないんだって。だから私がコーヒーを入れてあげたくてさ、美味しいコーヒーを飲む瞬間は人生で最も贅沢な時間だっておばあちゃんの口癖だったから、その贅沢な時間をプレゼントしたいんだ。なら私は何回も贅沢な時間をもらってますね。
She offers a shy smile. We grew close after she said the coffee I made was delicious, now that I think about it. After our exchange, the day passes by at a relaxed pace. Naomi spends her time reading a book. Meanwhile, I deal with customers like normal and flip through a cookbook whenever I have downtime. Once done with her coffee, Naomi poses a question.
ちょっと変なことを聞きたいんですけど先輩って恋をしたことってありますか?
My voice quivers. This is not a topic I can deal with right now. I've been reading stuff with romance in it, but those don't bother me because it's not related to me. But when it is, oh boy.
どうして? いえ、たまたま恋愛小説を読んでいてふと思ったんです。憧れと恋の違いってなんだろうって。
You know what? I wonder that too, honestly.
私そういうのよくわからないんだ。いや、興味ないわけじゃないんだけど、ちゃんと考えたことはないよ。っていうか、ナオミはどうなの？私ですか？私
Me? Oh, not me, Rinka.
実は憧れている人ならいるんです。
I never expected that. Then again, it makes sense after she took charge for the culture festival. No doubt she made a lot of friends. from that. She might have even gotten people from other schools. It could be someone from her middle school too.
でもそれはあくまで尊敬なのかもって気持ちもあって、告白するにもやっぱりいろんな壁とかありますし。性別とか。
Miru's face flashes through my mind unexpectedly. Can't blame Naomi for her reaction. I doubt gender is the first thing to come to mind.
私もよくわからないけど、言葉にしなきゃ伝わらないっていうことだけは本当だと思うな。
The fact that Miru was able to do that and confess to me is amazing. Meanwhile, I still haven't been able to give her a reply. I'm such a loser. I just thinking about it makes me all embarrassed. That's why I tried to forcefully change the topic.
で、その相手って誰なの？
Watch, she says, I can't answer that.
それはまあなかなか言えないよね。でも何かあったら相談してね。頼りない先輩だけど。
You really are dense, Rinka. She likes you.
はい。
Her cheery response helps me to settle down a bit. And it gets me thinking. This moment feels as normal as they come, just a regular part of my daily life. Almost as though we aren't in the midst of divine selection. Once I send today's report to my gran, I return to my room and find Leif inside.
最近よく来るね。ほら、おいで。
I slid into bed and curled up with Leif. I doubt anyone would judge me for spending a day like this every now and then. 2 hours lazing after later, I decided to take a shower and go to sleep. Leif is nowhere to be seen after I finish my shower. Sunday. I get woken by that god-awful ringtone on my phone. It's ringing out far earlier than my alarm, judging by the time displayed. I then notice it's my grand calling, which holds me awake. She's definitely not looking to chat if she's calling in this early in the morning. Maybe I messed up yesterday's report, that or maybe something happened with the relative. Now I'm making myself nervous. After a deep breath, I accept the call.
もしもし。
やあ、
A gasp of surprise slips out of my mouth. It isn't my grand's voice on the other end, it's Scales Johnson. She proceeds to speak, knowing I'm not about to waste time asking questions.
俺は今、東北のとある県にいる。町名は
He says the name of the town loud and clear, a small place with a small population, almost the exact opposite of Tokyo. It's where my grand was born and where she's been since March.
そして俺は君のおばあさんの隣にいる。いや、はっきり言った方がいいね。君のおばあさんを市街地から数キロ離れた車の中で監禁している。ご老人だ。殺すことはたやすい。しかし俺が殺しては、君の後輩のように俺が脱落したら死んでいないことになってしまう。だからこそ車だ。おばあさんには睡眠薬で眠ってもらっていて、ここには練炭がある。ちょっと待ってくれよ。
She uses her phone to send a picture of the situation. As said, she's tied up in the back of a car with a cold brick tucked under her arm. The windows are all taped up too.
おばあち
I know exactly what he's hinting at. He wants to kill her through carbon monoxide poisoning. That he can't.
ゃん。やめろ。
まあまあ、落ち着いて。
私の情報をカードを教えろってこと？自分が指名されないように。
5分だ。君のスマホで君の死因と未練のカードとその背景情報を書いて送ってくれ。5分を過ぎたら君のおばあさんを殺すし、1回目でカードが作られなくても殺す。
人を殺めたら、いや、おばあちゃんを監禁したこと自体明るみになったら、あなただってただじゃ済まないはず。
当然自殺に見せかけるさ。だが仮に捕まったとしてだからなんだ。 俺は何もしなかったら君に殺されるんだ。君ができることはおばあちゃんを見捨てるか見捨てないかの選択じゃないか。俺の手で直接命を奪わなければ俺を脱落させても死はなかったことにならない。こんなのはあくまで予想であり可能性だ。命は命。死ぬはずのなかった命は元に戻るかもしれないよ。だが時間は与えない。さっき俺が言った通りだ。5分後のメールを楽しみにしているよ。
He ends the call right away. I can't help but scream. He's got my grandmother. He's kidnapped my one and only family member. It might be possible to save her by eliminating him, even if worse comes to worse. I can't risk it though.
おばあちゃん
I'll never be able to live with myself if I let her die. There's no guarantee that I'll be able to bring her back. What's guaranteed is that she'll be safe if I die in her place. No, Rinka. Your grandmother will be alive. Okay? She's not going to die. Understand this. She'll be fine. It's all my fault. My inability to realize that he would target someone other than me or Naomi caused this. My hesitation to speak to her about divine selection out of fear that she wouldn't believe me caused this. It's my fault. All mine. Open up the message app on my phone. My fingers are trembling so much that I can barely type. I don't have any time to waste though. Just then my phone rings. I think it's from my grand's phone at first, but it's a restricted number.
こんな時に
Answer. 10 seconds, that's all they get. If I'm lucky, it'll be the police calling because they notice something's wrong. That could lead to her being saved, thinking that I slipped the call.
僕だ。
Alan! Alan, please save. Help. His voice on the other end of the line belongs to none other than Alan Scorpion. What's with this timing? I don't know what he wants, but I don't have time to chat right now. God knows he would. God knows why he would even get in contact now of all times.
話がある。
Just hear him out. I got to hang him out. There's no sense of concern in his tone at all.
何
He might actually know what's going on right now, so I decided to hear him out.
やはり違うか。最後の最後、知ることができてよかったと言うべきか。残念だが、僕は君に何もすることができない。急いでメールを書くんだな。
He hangs up immediately after, without so much as explaining how he knows about my message. I can't call him back either, considering the number was withheld. Not like I have time to do so. I get back to typing, letting out screams of anguish in the midst of it. I type the necessary information and send it along. Shit, I wish there was a way for me to not send the message. He should be able to create my cards with that. A call comes from my grand's phone immediately after.
賢明な選択だ。
これでいいでしょう。おばあちゃんを解放して。
He's not going to watch.
だが、このままでは俺の安全は確保されない。君のおばあ様はこれから近くの山に車ごと放置する。捜索をすれば見つかるだろうけれど、少なくとも月曜日に見つかればいいけれど、火曜日に見つかったらどうだろう。人はそう何日も食事をしないで生き残れないか。
Yeah.
ふざけんなおばあちゃんを
言っている意味がわかるね。
次の選定で
That's fine. Miharu will.
あなたを指名するなってこと。
その通りだ。次の選定で俺を脱落させれば、君のおばあ様は発見される前に餓死するだろう。もうな。
You know, I'm not gonna let him talk. Fuck him. I can feel myself clenching my teeth so hard that they might actually crack. I'll never forgive him for doing this to her. Or so I say, but there's no way for me to get back at him. He's basically saying that he plans to elect me.
俺は君のことを知って
Blah 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 blah. You don't get talk.
卑怯者
何とでも言えばいい。
Yeah. You're not going to talk. You're not going to talk. He hangs up after making his threat. All I can do is collapse down on my knees. It's over. I have every intention of making my way over there to find her. I know nothing will come from that though. I know that I can't accomplish anything on my own. Go to Naomi. Go to Miharu. Wait, that's it? Did I choose wrong? Because I decided to talk to Alan. Yeah, I think I did. That's what happened, right? Oh no. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it off here. I thought I chose wrong and I got a bad ending. Oh my god, so stressful. I will see you lovelies in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.